Okay, so since you're mobile,
Yes.
I don't know how to reach you.
Okay.
So how do we reach you?
So you can find me on Facebook at 633 Chiropractic. The same thing on Instagram, or I have a phone number, area code 225-522-1380. So anyway, or you can come to the Black Mixer, Black Business Owned Mixer on Saturday the 14th, and we can hook up there.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so in your head, I want you to put in a reminder.
Okay.
We start school in August.
Gotcha.
We go to school. We're starting 2 weeks prior to the kids.
Oh.
So you might accidentally have a special for us that work for the school district. Don't say teachers. Say school employees.
Okay.
Because if you say teachers, then the bus drivers will say they can't come.
Oh.
So if you say school employees, then everybody knows school employees. But you might accidentally have a discount.
Sure.
By accident.
Yeah.
You know, you just come up with it. Because, you know, as time of school getting close, we're starting to...
Right.
You know, because like right now I'm allergic to children.
Yes.
I have that syndrome.
Right.
And it can't be cured.
Right.
There's no cure for it. But until Monday, I'm allergic to children.
Right.
Because I'm doing summer school.
Right.
So I have an allergy. To which no medication is for. But in August, as school begins, the tension starts.
Right.
And people have no clue, but you go through nightmares for that 2 weeks. you are, and literally you are, because you're trying to figure out your classroom is destroyed because you had to pack it up. Okay. Yet you got these 2 weeks that the principal's taking all your time. You're looking at school beginning and your room still looks like a disaster.
Oh no.
School's beginning, class disaster. Parent night, oh my God, class a disaster.
Yeah.
So that's stress.
Yeah.
You know, that stress is pressure, and nobody can say go fix it because you can't. My room is still a mess.
Right.
So you either stay up all night at the school, or you work Saturday and Sunday to get it done. But each way, as you get closer, some people can take it on as stress.
I never knew all that was going on in the teacher's classroom. I had no idea.
You have to pack it up at the end of the year.
Wow.
Pack it up, tape it down, put paper all over everything, because when the custodians come and clean, they don't need to be moving your stuff.
Gotcha.
So your room is like that all summer.
Wow.
Until the principal says you can come in.
Huh.
Right. So you don't want to come in and do the summer because you don't work.
Right.
You want to come that first 2 weeks. Well, they got stuff to teach you for the first 2 weeks. So you're sitting there like, room, here. So the stressful time is, do you stay all night? Well, you don't stay certain times. Yeah. Do I come Saturday and Sunday and leave my family and go, sit up there? It's stressful.
Gotcha.
Yes, it's compacting stressful. So
I'm glad you told me.
You might want to think about that.
Yeah.
Work toward that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
See, that's the type of stuff we need to know, because I had no idea.
Right.
But
yes. Just think if you had an office full of boxes and they told you, you gotta go to these sessions for 2 weeks. By the way, your first patient is on Wednesday.
Wow.
Instant stress.
Gotcha.
And also, and since we are the home of Fort Hood, when you get your trifles and all that, are you gonna list all those things that you can do? Because since we're Fort Hood, we have all the PTSD people here. And we have all the other stressors here. Right. So can your trifle include all that so we'll know?
Well, I can tell you the truth. And the truth is the medical board regulates what we can and cannot say. Oh. Because if we say we can treat or cure PTSD,
or treat it,
we're practicing as a medical doctor.
Ah, okay.
So we can say a roundabout way we can help with anxiety.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you can't
super
say anything,
anxiety.
Right. You can't say anything that's a diagnosis because you'll be practicing as a medical doctor.
Okay. So you go super anxiety.
Right.
And the super hyper days.
Right.
That you're
we can help calm.
So when, as they say, your amygdala hijacks, you can bring it back.
Right. Okay. I'll try. Some people like to be that way. this is the truth.
I know. I know some of those people. Yes, right. I know.
No matter what you do.
Yeah.
We can't help them.
Okay, so I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm here.
And I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you will be highlighted at B.O.O.M. And the reason why I'm highlighting you now is because when the event happens, I'll be at the NAACP's National Convention in San Antonio. That I talked about, to which I said that since we are who we are, we look like we need to make sure that we go there at least one day. Because as I said earlier, I went there 3 years ago, got energized about doing I do First Friday Black Business Cash My Meetups. Okay. But I got energized there because this lady and this guy does one. Their name is longer than what I picked, but they do the same thing. I was like, cool, how that work? You know, but how they worked it there and how we do it here had to be different because we're not the same community. So I went back, came home, wrote it all down and played with it like a puzzle until I made it conform for here. Right. So every time I go to a national convention, you know, you sitting with people who from other places that do other things. You know, you sitting with people who you see on TV or whatever, but you're sitting there talking about ideals and they're telling you something, you know. So for me, I get that extra surge of energy. Yeah. Because when I come back, I want to do everything. You know? Or either I'm calling people, hey, listen, you need to do this. But it's the extra energy boost that we need because even though we say we're energized right now, but when you go there and meet a whole collection of yous, you know, you become more energized because you're like, well, wait a minute. Right. Hey, I got to go do that. They did what? You know, and the worst thing is to sit with people from 10 different cities and states and you try to do all what they do. But you leave with this, I'm not by myself. Yeah. You know, you leave with this, oh, well, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. I thought that was just uniquely me. It's not. I thought only my city was, okay, I'm okay now. Right. And you leave with, okay, this thing of, oh my gosh, power. Like when I go, I love to go because I'm going to say it, I said it before, black men dress at the National Convention. They dress. But they talking anything but they're dressed. Right. And you see the younger kids looking up to them. Right. You know, one time we took some kids to the National Convention and this boy was 12 years old and his thing was this. He said, the only time I see black men is at a funeral or church. Right. He said, yeah, going with a suit on. Right. So the whole weekend he was like this. So finally, I took him up to this group of men he was looking at, and I introduced him, and I walked away. He looked at me like, you left me. You know, he didn't get it. He didn't understand, so I walked off and left. Right. You know, later on, he said, you left me, and I was upset first. He said, but when those men started talking to him, you know, he said he thought they were going to talk over his head. Right. He said, but they talked to him. Right. He said, and they pumped him up, you know, and talked to him, and was talking to him. And the cutest thing was, by the time we went home, they had taken him out and bought him a suit. Look at him. So the last day, he's strutting. Right. Oh, you can talk to him. But the thing is, his communication, his words were different because the suit changed his words. Right. He had to live up to this suit. Right. So he understood the identity of a suit. Right. You know, at a convention. Bad, he had to come to a convention to find out, but then good. Right. Because he saw all these men walking around with suits every day, and his thing was, whoa. They just, you know, and he didn't think that he could fit into that world. Right. But these men scooped him up and next thing you know, he's strutting with his suit, you know, with his little handkerchief folded correctly because they told him, you fold the handkerchief, not the people who make whatever. Anyway, they did the whole thing, you know, but I like that. We were like, well, excuse us. We said, good morning. He said, well, how you doing? We like, what happened to the hey? You know, what happened to all the cool language he had? Right. Not the bad language, but you know, he was, you know, holding the door, opening the door for women to walk into the lunchroom. Like, I thought you had to be first. Right. Oh, excuse me. You know, and then earlier he wanted to go to these vendors to get these T-shirts before he left. We said, you going to get the vendors for the T-shirt? No, I have the T-shirt that I need. We still trying to figure, who's this boy? But it changed him, not 100%, but it gave him another identity to learn to have. And conventions like NAACP, where all of us is there, it gives our kids something to look at. Also, the youth in college have their own area, so we could spend a week there and never see them. Yeah, because they got their own convention, which is good because they're talking about their own stuff. So I'll say during the convention next weekend, we need to at least walk through, walk out. Hey.
I mean, we could do the same thing with B.O.O.M, you know.
Yeah, we can.
I got a brother, and he has the largest black-owned business directory. He's coming from Atlanta for our next one. Okay, good. So, anything that we see that other people are doing, we could definitely do ourselves right here in Killeen. So I just learned that just based on my vision, fruition, anything. You know, as long as we got the right leadership and team in place, we're open and receptive, we'll make it happen, you know. So NAACP, B.O.O.M, we all put these pieces of the puzzles together.
Right.
Take these, everything's a brick, like this is another brick for the house. The us meeting up is another brick.
Yeah.
Us patronizing each other, referrals, networking to add value. You know, all of these things are that brick for the foundation of the house, and that's our whole intent with B.O.O.M. It's not to take. If I'm calling her, I'm not trying to take anything or waste her time.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to solicit her for services or anything like that. You know, it's a lot of that stuff goes on.
Yeah, it is.
And then, you know, we're going to take it to the next level, too, because it is some people out here that do bad business, you know,
Yes.
and we need to put the bad ones in the room, too. We need to identify who you are so we can let that word of mouth travel like, hey, this person over here is not doing good. You know, we of course we want the best.
Right.
But we give people a shot, too. Somebody had to give me a shot to buy their house, right?
Right,
so
right.
I did everything right.
Right.
Now, if your whole intent is just to get the money and go, then we need to know that, you know.
Right.
So that's what B.O.O.M is about. I mean, I like the NAACP with that format, but you know, well, we can take that and put our own stamp on
Right.
it.
You do.
And do
Yeah.
it right here in Killeen, Texas. So
We have the people here, and we have more than the people here. We just need to know who they all are.
right.
We got the same people here. It's just rattling them to getting them out of the house and going where they're going. But also, you know, with B.O.O.M, we need to also remember that when we go to one of our businesses and something happens wrong, we need to stop doing them like we do. Okay, if I'm gonna just say it, if Applebee's messed up your lunch, you're gonna tell them, but you're gonna go back. But if you know, if Ed's barbecue and grill mess up, you're not gonna say nothing to him, and you're not going back. And then you're gonna blast him on Facebook. Well, we need to when we have the B.O.O.M mixers, we need to say no. Go back to him and say, hey, listen, you know what? I ate here a couple of minutes ago. My food was this, or I bought this here and it broke, man. It just broke. See, it broke. What we gonna do? Not what are you gonna do? What we gonna do to fix this? Because it's a we thing now. So we need to teach us that when we mess up, we need to go back to us. You know, I went to a restaurant in Heights because somebody told me to go, and I went. And when I sat down to eat, and I sat down to order my food, didn't get it yet, which worked out for the good, because Harker Heights PD came in. And they had the drug dog, and he was in the restaurant too. Well, I got offended. That offended me. Don't like dogs, first of all, and I don't think a dog should be in the restaurant while I'm eating. I don't care who he is. He needs to stay in the car, or the truck, or wherever. But he's sitting there, and I'm like, okay, this is, you know, all right. So the lady came over. She, you know, get my order. I say, hey, y'all let dogs come in here? She goes to me, that's their drug dog. He can come in. Oh yes, we're okay with that. Okay. She said, so what's wrong? I'm not okay with it. She goes, why? Because I say, in Killeen, the drug dog doesn't come in the restaurant. He stays outside. You know, he stays in his, whatever he's in, though, you know, however he's in there. He's there. I say, so I just got an issue. I'm just not getting this, you know, and, you know, she said, well, no, this is our rule. I'm like, okay. All right. She goes, so what are you going to order? I can't. She goes to me, I can't get past that. She said with me, I can't get past that.
Yeah, I had a situation like that with a banner. I went to go try to get one of these done, and there was a dog in there, and I had severe allergies, and I dipped, you know. But I agree with you. We need to find a way that we can communicate, you know. I got a brother that scammed me out of some money, you know what I'm saying? I try to have that dialogue what you're referring to, but now we're going to court this month, you know? Yeah. So sometimes it is what it is, you know? But we still want to elevate the ones that doing good value, quality, and service. And those are the ones who we want to patronize. If I reach out to you and say, hey, my order wasn't good, and you're willing to, like, if I order my steak, I wanted a well-done steak, and you gave me a medium rare, and you're willing to exchange that, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, if I order that and you're not willing to exchange that, then that's a problem because I paid for that.
Right.
You know. So some of us have some really bad customer service problems, and I'm not about to just support you because we got the same skin.
Right.
I want to be treated with respect.
Yes.
And some of us are really, really lacking that. So we're willing to give people opportunities. We're willing to share sales and marketing strategies. We're willing to give people referrals. But you got to be doing what you're doing too.
Yeah.
And see, like I said, with that app, it's not personal.
Right.
I referred a brother to go work with his sister to do some landscaping. He go over there and he trying to holler. That's not business, you know. Now, is it my place to say something to her? Is that her place to say something to it? But I know me personally, I was never going to send you no more business, period. Because that makes me look bad, even subconsciously.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these are things that we need to figure out what's actually going on out here in this community in Killeen, Texas, because we're the only ones that are not doing nothing for ourselves.
Right.
We got the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Killeen Chamber of Commerce. We have other networking groups. They're all doing something for themselves, and here we are. What, you know?
Just there.
Yeah. And if it was about the money, then I wouldn't be doing it. Because I can easily be sitting at home making calls. I'm good. But it's not about that. It's about the outcome. Because we can't just have a couple of people eating over here, another one starving over here.
Right.
It's just not going to mix. So this is a tangible solution in our community that we're going to do every 3 months. And it's going to keep growing, and it's going to be bigger. And as long as we got our core, I mean, that's enough for us. And like with me, I'm really done with all the empty rhetoric.
Right.
Like me, I'm always thinking, if I'm networking with her, I'm trying to figure out how I can put some money in her account.
Right.
How she can provide for her family. If I can give her some sales and some marketing strategies. And she can take whatever she wants. It's her business.
Right.
But at least she got something tangible out of it. You know, so we know our history. You know, we know that we just got done. Jim Crow just ended in the 60s and the 70s. Mass incarceration. They strategically put drugs in our community. We got a lot of things that we're up against, and we got to keep fighting. So I'm not going to stop fighting for my people. And anytime we say we multicultural, minority, diversity, we're grouping ourselves with people that didn't go through what we went through. So that's why we're saying for black people,
right.
So we can specifically market to descendants of slaves that went through the Jim Crow, mass incarceration, drugs in the community, highways ran through their communities. Flint, Michigan, you know, it's burning down Black Wall Street. These were descendants of slaves that went through this. This was not minorities. These were not multicultural people. It wasn't all of that. So we're putting this stamp on it so we can directly market to our target audience and find concrete solutions.
Right.
And then we could go into the politics. And when they say, all right, I want to help out this group of people, we know who the group of people that can actually get help. It's hard for an elected official to say they want to help black people if we're disenfranchised.
Or if you can't look around and see any.
Right. We don't have a group.
Right.
How can the LGBT community had a group, they lobbied that, and now they got these laws passed for them because they was organized. So how we trying to represent us and we want things done for our community and we're disenfranchised and we don't have nothing that we can congregate together.
So such as next year, every odd year, in February, we have Black Legislative Caucus. And we go. And I'll say we go. NWC, we go. All the state chairs, we have to build a platform based on the committee we have. So we build a platform based on our committees, and we reach out to talk to other people based on your committee. But we go there in strength, and we encourage everybody else to go in strength to talk to our black legislators. Even though he's not your legislator, but he's still a black legislator. But we go to them and we lobby with them. Also, we tell them what we want based on their specific committee. But then again, they tell us the help they need to give them what they want. You know what I mean? They tell us, listen, you want this? Then this is what you got to help me do. You know, so beforehand, we are still thinking archaic as a petition, correct? Okay, so you're going to petition, get 50 people to sign a petition, give it to your legislator, correct? I'm going to tell you wrong. You just messed up. Because what they need is white papers. White papers are a piece of paper. So instead of sending him a petition with 50 or 2,000 signatures, no. He needs 2,000 sheets of paper. Because if you were a legislator, and I'm going to ask you, Eugene, if you were a legislator, which would you have me better read? Do you want me to read a petition with 2,000 names, or do you want me to read 2,000 letters? What do you want me to read? What do you want? What you going to? If I walk in there and say, Eugene and all the legislators, I got a petition right here with 2,000 signatures on it. You can go, yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna go, Eugene, I got 2,000 sheets of paper. You want me to read them? What you gonna tell me? No, you don't want to hear me read that. You see, you don't want me to read the 2,000 letters. You don't. Because they're not saying doctor says something. They're not saying Joe. They're not saying they're going to read 2,000 letters. It's going to take some time. But that petition, you're not going to read it because you're just going to show it around. I got 2,000. See, I got 2,000 signatures. I mean, absolutely nothing. That meant me and 3 kids could have sat there and did all that.
I didn't know that.
But there you go. But see, so your legislators need white papers. So you need them 2,000 people to write 2,000 letters. So when he goes before the floor, he's going to do this. This is what I got. You want me to read it? Naturally, you're going to say no. You're not. You're going to say, well, read some. And then as I read like the 5th one, you're going to be like, stop. The whole committee, everybody go, stop. Just stop. I don't want to hear all 2,000 because it's going to take some time. Because if you want me to read 2,000, I'm going to read so slow. I'm going to take up the whole day. The whole day. So our legislators don't need a petition. That's useless to them. They want papers. So next year, B.O.O.M goes to legislator. First of all, B.O.O.M will decide what business legislation we want. Okay, we'll decide that. We will craft the bill up. And there's various of us who know how to craft that bill. It's easy to craft. But then we will get everybody at the B.O.O.M meeting 3 months prior to, hey, listen, we need a letter from everybody because this is what we voted on. So everybody give us a letter. You take those letters, you give them to the legislator in the packet. Hey, this is what we want, man. I got like so many sheets. I got so many white papers for you. Here's your packet. Boom. Okay, so you give him what he needed. So that helps him give you what you want.
You're right.
Those are the things we got to do. So next February, when we go, I'll let you know way ahead of time when to start. Like it's not this mixer, but the one in the next one 3 months from now. I'm gonna ask you to put on the agenda something we think our legislators need to pass to better our businesses. Okay, so we'll put that down on paper and get it all ready. Get everybody to do a letter, not a petition, because that's archaic. And we take them in February to the legislators. Right. Okay, you're gonna take a stack, right? But guess what? I'm going to take a stack of your stack. So the people you got, I want you to keep them. But I'm going to get a stack of people. Dr. Minka, she going to get a stack of people. And we saying the same thing. Right. But you say, I got 1,000. She might say, well, I got 500. I got 500. Now we got more. We got 2,000. Right. But I got 3 different entities giving them to me. Right. So what have you done to me?
Yeah, that's the thing. And see, like when we go up to these elected officials, now we got a group where, you know, we can get this information out. Right. Before, you know, if we're doing something like once a year, how can, you know, things change over time. Right. You know, so that's why we want to keep it every quarterly. We all communicating, figuring out how we can help each other. And it's a win-win, you know, and everybody's tuned in to what's in it for me radio station. Right. All of us are from the Show Me State. Yeah. So let's figure this out, you know. There's a brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Everything that we need, we already have in our community.
Yeah, we do.
but our people perish for the lack of knowledge. So we want it, we just don't want to work for it.
And also, you know what? You have people, those of us, who will go get knowledge and hold it.
And hold it, yeah.
Me, I want to give it to everybody as fast as I can so I won't forget it.
Right.
You know, like Eugene, I didn't know about that. I told you about the white papers. You were still thinking petitions. So I just took that from you real nicely, but I replaced it.
Right.
I didn't take it from you and just drop it.
Right.
I took it from you, but I said, but guess what? They like white papers.
Right.
So we have a habit of taking something from us, but we don't replace it.
Right.
So you didn't help me. You just hurt me more.
Right.
But if I take something from you and replace it with something, I helped you.
Right.
Because now you can go, hey, guess what? Petition? No, we don't need a petition. We need to, no, we don't, you know, so we need to give each other nuggets all the time. Right. From wherever we go, we need to learn to openly share. Right. You know, instead of openly, I know this and they don't, ha, ha, ha. No. It's I know this and they will know tomorrow. Right. You know, so we need to do that. And B.O.O.M is set up to do that. And that's what we need to do when something's coming up that we all need to come together on. We need to know it's coming up, and we need to come together on it as a people. Because what I want to bring up to you is this. I went screaming and hollering to the SBA in Austin. I really did. And first when I was talking, she didn't listen to me.
What's the SBA?
The Small Business Administration.
All right.
I went to talk to them in Austin, but I was talking to her. She looked at me like, I'm like, okay, fine. She goes, what? She says, you have a card? Sure. So I gave her a card. My card says Texas State NAACP State Education Chair. So now you can't ignore me no more, right? So she needed the title. I'm like, fine, if you need one, we could do this. I gave her my card. So now I get all those building contract information, but I need to know who of us I can send it to. Because I get all the information for the multi-million-dollar contracts. I get them now. I get them every time she has one. But I need to be able to forward that. Right. You know what I mean? I need to forward that. So I'm not saying that we need a company, but I'll say a bunch of men need to come together, not to be, to contract it out, so to speak. But so now that I'm getting it, I need to send it somewhere. Right.
Yeah, I got a brother that does government contracting, so basically we're going to gather data and be more structured. And we could do an email blast. We could do an outbound call blast to see who
can handle it. Yeah, because like I said, we go up and we need to go. Austin needs to be our friend. Yeah. So when those big meetings take place and we find out, we need to either you go send somebody or something, but we need to make sure we're there so we can bring back the Killeen and say, hey, you know what? This is what we can do.
Yeah, that's what it's about. And we want everybody to eat. We want to rebuild our community. Yeah. And it takes us to be able to do that. And like what Dr. Mecca said, we got everything we need right here in Killeen. 9th largest GDP, $1.2 trillion. And I'm always say that. And we got more multimillionaires than ever before for black people. So, even though I'm not ignoring our poverty rate. I'm not ignoring that. Right. But I'm saying we do got people that's tapping into this free enterprise economy and becoming successful, wealthy, and they're doing things. But it doesn't matter if we're not circulating, if we're not patronizing each other, we're just sending everything outside of our community. Then it really doesn't mean nothing that, all right, I got a friend, Dr. Mecca, she makes $1 million, but it's not circulating in our community, then what's the point? Yeah. But if Dr. Mecca has wealth, I have wealth, Phyllis Jones has wealth, and we're circulating that and we're rebuilding our community, then that makes sense, So this is something that I think other groups were doing, and they're doing it right now. Yeah. So there's nothing, it's not hateful for us to want to do for ourselves, That's true.
Well, we've ran out of time. Beautifully ran out of time. I actually like running out of time. Yeah. Because that meant we were talking. Right. Versus, okay, what else can we talk about? What else we have? So we had a great conversation. I like it because we all learned. And I think when you have a great conversation, everybody learns, it becomes a successful conversation because it goes elsewhere. We take it someplace else, and like we do this. Because right now I'm going to the we're having No More Violence convention here in Killeen, July 21st, a No More Violence convention. So I'm on my way now to the meeting that started at 11. That's okay. I told them why I'll be a little late, but we're having a No More Violence convention in Killeen for kids. It's free. With a group that's out of Dallas. They came down here.
They're doing it in Killeen?
Yes.
Cool.
I put it all, in fact, if anybody, Facebook last night invited everybody to the meeting today. I did.
You got to blow it up.
So I invited us all to the meeting so that we can go. Because I'm the small part of it, but I'm a part of it. But I want to thank my guests for coming on this morning.
All right. Thank you. Eugene Alexander reached out to me on Facebook.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Since we only got a minute left, there's one thing I don't like. Dr. Mika, she did it correct. You said Facebook. So you're saying that everybody has Facebook, correct, and uses it, right?
Well, they can give me a call, 254-307-2411, 254-307-2411. I get my number out, they still don't call.
But see, but what the part I'm thinking about is we have senior citizens that we need to remember. All of them don't use their smartphone smartly.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know what
I'm with you.
But I want to thank, and Dr. Mika, I want to thank you for coming on, and we need to come see you, so you can go, ouch, oh no, okay, but anyway, so you can repair us. But I want to thank everybody for listening to KISS Community Connections at mykiss1031.com, and I want you to always remember, you cannot live a positive life with a negative mind. We'll talk to you next Sunday. Bye now.